Right, good morning, everyone. Today I'm interviewing Melodie Audet of Seamless Events, an event planner here in Vancouver. She's quite a fascinating young woman, I will describe if I'm not being insulting to her, who's got a fascinating story to tell about her business and how she has pivoted and done different things to see her through COVID. So really over to you, Melody. Tell me a little bit about you and your business.
Well, I'm originally from Montreal, and I recall events being very special over there and very frequent and very bright and always kind of creative and new. And I moved here about 2 years ago, 2 years and a half ago, and wanted to see this more here and yeah, bring a little bit more fun, excitement, creativity, and really good marketing branding that brings local brands to life here in Vancouver. And so this is why I started about a year ago my company, and it's been a very exciting journey so far. I enjoy
Fantastic.
it.
So tell me a bit more about Seamless Events, who it serves, what sets you apart from other event planners.
Well, my background is marketing and business development, and I studied also advertisement. So it was like the best combination that I could think of when it comes to corporate events. It's not just an event. It's not just making people laugh and eat and drink. It's a lot more than that. Every event is completely unique and different, and everything has to do with the brand, storytelling from start to finish. It has to be completely seamless, and that's where the name came from. Is because it has to be consistent. It has to be um, uh, flowing, if you may. I love the whole creativity side of marketing and thinking of different concepts that haven't been done before. There's so much that involves marketing corporate events, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I'm doing with Seamless Events is the marketing, the branding as a platform through corporate events
So as an example,
that bring
uh,
results.
that I'm certain of, and I know people have experienced you, so without a doubt, I know you deliver on that promise. So, but here's a question that comes to mind listening to what you've just said. You deal with everything seamlessly. So, if I'm a company that wishes to put on an event, at what stage in the process do I contact you? Do I think that I need to put on an event, now ring you up? Or is the event part of an overall marketing strategy that you help them develop and ensure that the event presents?
That's a good question. It actually is both, depending on what the experience is of the client. If they have done their events in-house before, and then they want to look for more of like a branding storytelling event with either like an Instagram drive, social media concept, having some shareable hashtags, like having a structure where people can take photos and like goodie bags, promo material, sponsorship packages, like all these things that might be a little bit hard for someone to. You have to learn it and then apply it, so they can come in and ask, like, we want it to be creating a result as a let's say a sale drive, or just kind of visibility, or getting more followers or traction. So whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish with the event, if you have a goal, if the goal is not just to have a party, if the goal is to change the perception of your brand, attract a different niche, whatever it is that you want to do with the event, if it has a goal, I would love to help with that. I've also done events, of course, from scratch, where in the consultation, all they said is, we have a milestone of 20 years of being in business. We want to create an event. We're not sure what we want to do with it. And then that's where I ask all these questions during consultation, so I nail it and I know exactly what they want.
So it's not just the vanity event, which is that 10-year or 20-year event that you're talking about. You're giving purpose behind the event. And I
Absolutely.
want to pick up on something you said, make things Instagrammable, or put a
Yeah.
hashtag on it. So you're encouraging the event owner to, or the person who's putting the event on, to use the event itself as a marketing tool rather than just a marketing product. and teaching
Yes.
the attendees surreptitiously, I guess, to promote the brand and influence the brand accordingly. Is that right?
Exactly.
Fantastic. I want to just make sure I'm.
It's a great opportunity to market. That's why I've always seen events as a marketing platform, not just a party. So there's so many places where you can insert a logo or a tagline or anything that um, just use as much as you can to make it a success, right, for the companies. So yeah.
If this doesn't sound too cheeky, because I read an article this morning that Kim Kardashian gets paid $850,000 for an Instagram post if she's promoting an item. People don't need to spend that. They got you to support them. Is that about right?
Well, I mean, like you're utilizing the attendees. I know this is gonna sound really bad, but you're it's a give. You want them to want to share, and they're like your mini promoters, right? So you don't need to do so much promotion as well if you can use your attendees to promote. You get a free ticket or you get a free trip to Whistler if you invite 10 people with you, or like share it, and then we'll select a few winners, like whatever it is that you can also use as a marketing tool for promotion.
Fantastic.
But yeah, sort of.
Sort of. So
well, I mean, I wouldn't pay $850.
no, $850,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of money, but full credit to the girl for making a brand. But who is your ideal customer? Are we talking about weddings or companies? Okay, sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, corporate events, meaning not weddings and not those kind of stuff, but corporate events, it can be a lot of things. I would say anybody that has a milestone coming up, it's a really good way to utilize the number of years of your business existence to throw an event. It's a party for your brand. It's also a way to thank your customers, your loyal customers, your employees. There's like different ways to do it as well. So that's something that I really enjoy. I also love doing product launching. So any company, whether it's tech, whether it's clothing brands, whether it's a store opening, a new location opening. So grand openings are a really good way to brand yourself and market yourself. Also, yeah, product launch, same thing. It could be in their warehouse. It could be, you can utilize your store as a location for an event as well. Yeah, anything like that is really great. The other really exciting client that I really enjoy working with are it's hard to explain without like drawing it on a board, but brands that need marketing, I will talk to them and I will ask them if they want to match with one of my events to promote themselves. So it's not like a piggyback ride sponsorship kind of thing, whether it's money donation, whether it's product donation. For instance, if it would be like a local brewery that would be giving away a few kegs because they want to be promoting their new product at this event. So I would talk to the brewery first. So I have two clients in this case. The brewery is one of the clients, and my original client who I'm doing the event for, I'm matching his brand with all these other local companies that I find that would be helpful. They're saving money because they're not paying for beer, for instance. And then the beer company is utilizing your event as a marketing platform for them. So it's a win-win. And I try to match up local brands that I go to the farmers markets on Saturday. I go around the city to all the farmers market, and that's where you find really, really cool local companies, whether it's cideries, buffalo sausages, whatever it is. And so they need to market themselves the most as well. And so I'll be like, hey, here's, I'll take your card. And if I find an event that would be a good match for you to cater or to whatever it is your product is, yeah, it would be a good match for them, right? So I love to do that. It's a really good like help for everybody.
So you're really actively creating the host beneficiary relationship, which most businesses really don't know how to do. So you're supporting not just the purchaser of your products and services, but you're supporting those that support them. That's really quite a holistic, fantastic approach.
I love doing that.
That's
I've done it
fantastic.
so much, and I've seen great results as well, for both, for the both brands. It's good.
There's true alignment, so
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, like a bit, it could be a business lunch that I'm organizing, and then with a seminar thing, and then I use this company that does fantastic vegan cookies, and so they were catering like the coffee and the cookies for the whole 100
Mhm.
people that were there,
Wow.
and they had all the promo products, so it was. Why
So
not?
so actually, when I was asking the question about who's your target audience, you've got
Both.
several because you're approaching it from different angles, which is, I guess, kind of unique in the marketplace.
It's kind
So
of like I'm playing like matchmaker with brands, like promote here and then you save money, but you get to talk to this target audience. So it's like it's brilliant. I love it.
fantastic, fantastic. So here's the question that um, I shudder to ask: how's COVID-19 impacted you?
Ah, I like to think that everybody has lived those four rainbow color of emotions. I'm in the phase 4 or 5, I don't know, and when it's coming, right? But it's been tough to accept at first because everything is virtual now, as far as events goes, but it's really not the same as a real corporate marketing face to face. And we're social animals as human beings, and I find that quite hard to accept that we're not able to do big events like we used to for now. But that being said, I was like, when I used to be busy, I wish that I had more time. And then now that I have a lot of time, I wish I was busier. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to sign up to these courses online. Um, Extremely helpful master classes. I don't know if you guys heard of those, but they had this promo right at the beginning of COVID-19 where it was like unlimited access to the courses for X amount of money, and it was a crazy deal. So I jumped on that. I did at least 15 courses so far.
Wow.
Anything that has to do with branding, marketing, advertisement, storytelling, content building, anything that has to do with business related entrepreneurial stuff. I watched them and I learned so much, and I feel like stronger mentally. I feel stronger with my brand. I feel like I know more what I want, like how I want to do it, the values that I can bring. And so it made me like perfect my brand, even if I can't apply it, which is the most frustrating part. At least, I gained so much knowledge and blogging. So I've been told by my marketer I had to brand. I had to share my knowledge on my website and blog, which is longer and harder than I thought. But you become better at it the more you do it. So in order to blog, you have to read a lot and you have to learn a lot and then reformulate it and then reteach it in your way. And I feel like teaching is the best way to learn, because if you can teach anything, you have to master it first. And it was like by blogging, I sound crazy, but I became smarter and more knowledgeable in my field.
No, I
Forever.
believe you absolutely. And I can make one observation in coaching. We often tell people that what we want you to do is spend a chunk of your time working on your business, not in your business. And your pivot, so to speak, is to spend that time on working on your business, but equally working on yourself and improving your own personal skills so you can be more for your clients through the
Exactly.
business. And that blogging, which,
Exactly.
as you say, is your own learning, and you're synthesizing all this other information so that it's going through the paradigm of how you can service your customers, really is a way of communicating within your business to your customers. So good on you. Not everyone does that. So I think
Yeah,
you
at
should.
first I didn't understand. I'm like, why would I blog about how to be an event planner and how to build an event? It's like contradicting a little bit, because I'm taken away from, but I'm not. You're not taken away from yourself when you're blogging. You're actually um, excited to share um, new information about your industry. Um, so.
Genuinely, that's pretty awesome. So here's an interesting question for you. It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes, yet wise people learn from the mistake of others. So what mistakes have you made along the way that other entrepreneurs can learn from? How can we share your wisdom?
You know what? I have made the mistake of a lack of structure, which is really crazy to say. As an event planner, you have to be extremely organized, although your life has to be equally organized. And so when you have a lot of time on your hand, and when you're entrepreneurs, nobody's telling you what to do and when to do it. Keeping yourself accountable is really hard to do on your own. And so I was just creating a schedule which was very, very detailed in what I had to do, when I had to do it. And I read some really cool articles about everybody has a different time of the day where they work better, whether it's physical activities, whether it's creativity, and whether it's learning. And so you have to figure out what works best for you. Do I like to do my sports in the morning, or do I like to do them at night, or do I like to read and learn in the morning, or do I like to create? So it depends when it is that you're best at those three things. And then I managed my days, and it was just like I had a schedule, just like somebody gave me a schedule. I was like, okay, this morning I'm going to do this till 11, and then from 12 to 3 I'm going to do some blogging, and then from 4 to 6 it was like boom 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 boom, and otherwise you get nothing done.
No, without a doubt. At Action Coach, we teach our clients to run a default diary. But I will also add that default diary doesn't begin at the beginning of it. Starts at the beginning of the week. We go 5 years into the future and then bring it back to strategic points. The
That's really
main one
smart.
being a 90-day plan, and that every activity that goes into that diary then has to serve that 90-day plan. So you're not just doing for doing's sake. But I also appreciate what you've just said, is that we have an optimum. We function our best at particular times of the day, particular circumstances. And it's really important to notice those so that we can be our best. You've got to show up on a daily basis. So you might as well show up with your best foot forward. So well done for doing that. So second to last question, if you don't mind. I'm going to have your email and your website and contact details. But is there anything else we should add? Is there something that you want to share with the people watching this video?
No, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I blog. I'm pretty proud of it because it was something that I never thought I was going to do. But really interesting articles there. If you want to learn about how to save money on your next event, how to think outside the box when you choose your venue, different tactics and tricks and hot topics. So I love when people can be better at their next event marketing events. I would like to say that on my Instagram, same thing. I post every week, a couple times a week, tips and tricks on how to do a great event and how to get success with your events. If you guys are interested in learning how to do it yourself or understand how the industry works, if you're interested in becoming an event planner, then some really good content there.
I'm going to ask a supplementary question then, based on what you just said. No one knows how long this form of lockdown is going to last and when it will be lifted. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
who knows? The question is, if I want to put on an event though, and so I woke up this morning, I've got this great idea, I want to put in an event. There is a time from the thought to the actualization. How long is that process typically? And is there, I would imagine there's going to be a rush for a lot of businesses who are going to want to be putting on events as soon as it's lifted.
Right.
I would therefore think that really now is a great time to be talking to you so that they can be ready to press the go button, right? They need to be amber right now, ready to go. Is that
funny,
right?
Yes. actually, it's funny because yesterday I had a Zoom call with a Google Ads personnel, and I would say in about 45 days, I think it's going to be a good time to market for events, for event industry, because, for instance, let's say right around November, December, where let's say we would be allowed to throw bigger events. It takes about 3 months to plan an event. I would say 2 months if you're rushing it, 3 months to plan an event. So I guess what you're trying to say is that it would be best to market now and to hire an event planner in order to have 3 months to plan it. And then when you're allowed to throw an event, it's already planned. And you're the first one out there and you're the first one selling tickets. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
don't want to be.
it is a good idea, but we don't have a date.
Yeah.
If we had a date, then I would say let's plan now for that date. You can work towards it. But
Yeah. But that said, you don't want to be in October with everyone else trying to put on their Christmas events. You know, those places are going to be booked up very, very quickly because there'll be either people putting contingency deposits now.
yeah,
And
what I would do is pre-book. Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's your industry. I'm just surmising what I think is happening.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually called a few venues earlier this week, and they will take deposit, and then they'll push the date if it's not open yet for a big event. So, for instance, okay, let's book it for the 12th of December for a big event, and they don't know if yes or no we will be able to host, but at least your date is reserved. And if it's not then it'll be in January, and if it's not then it'll be February. So you'll reserve your spot essentially.
Yeah.
So one way to do it for sure, because they will get booked up right away, like right the first minute
Well,
you hear that
exactly.
you're allowed to.
And so this is where I'm getting at is I think people should be talking to you now. You know, marketing is part of a plan, a strategic plan. It's just one of
Yeah.
those tools that you have to do within business.
Yeah.
And you've already expressed that the milestone events, the product launches, the brand openings, brand reopenings are great
Right.
ways of communicating to your prospective customers.
Mhm.
Build those relationships and create those raving fans. It's not something to wait until you know it's the perfect time, because frankly, no one knows when the perfect time is. They should be talking to you now.
Yeah, the only thing with that is that people find it hard to justify spending on something that they don't foresee happening right now. It's not like concrete in their mind. So some people will, well, I mean, I agree. Obviously, I want to be hired right now for an event, but it's more so that it's a hard way to like market yourself when people are using their financials for other things that they can actually get results right there and then. So it's a little bit harder to prove to someone that the value is there, because it's not now, it's later. It's I would say, like I said, I would say in 45 days, so that I'm building up to that marketing pitch, I guess, for a service like mine. Then I think people will be ready more so like closer to the beginning of September. I think that's
Okay,
when it's going to be a good time.
perfect. So last question. Tell me what is most inspiring you today?
My dog.
The dog,
he's,
brilliant.
he's always happy. And so it makes me feel like I should be too, because we are healthy and we are alive. And, you know, Vancouver is I would say, not the hardest place to be during COVID, you know, and just enjoy it, you know, because time gets crazy busy. And I just realized, you know, it's okay to not be so busy, but it's just taking a little bit of time to appreciate life. And I'm going to be happy that I took advantage of it right now, because sometimes we all know we work, you know, 80 hours a week, and it doesn't
Yeah.
stop. So especially for events, when it's rushed, it's really crazy.
No,
So I'm like, you know what,
absolutely.
this is going to be okay.
Oh, that's a nice note to end. So thanks so much for showing up this morning and sharing your story, and actually inspiring me to pay attention more to my own marketing efforts. It's not something really that should ever stand still. And there's always a better way of doing things. And sometimes you have to go outside, and engaging someone like you, Melody, will definitely help businesses promote their brand, recognize the importance, and I dare say celebrate their survival and the ability to thrive coming out of COVID. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure.